How are you lovely people doing today? My name is John. Welcome to another beautiful episode of the Zombie Storyline Q&A. In this series, I take your questions about the zombie storyline and I answer them. Whether it's a big, a small, or a simple question, I'm more than happy to answer it. So please do leave your questions down below. Maybe I'll see it and maybe I'll answer it. You may even be in the next episode. If you want, there are two ways to submit your questions. The first way is to tweet me at JohnnyJ25. I'm always going through my Twitter and it's one of the best ways to get in touch with me. So maybe while you're there, drop a follow. That'd be pretty sweet. Another thing you can do is leave them down in the comments below. Either way, if I see your question, whether it's a big question or a small question, if I think it's good enough, you may be in the next episode. So if that sounds interesting to you, maybe leave a question down below. Without further ado though, let's get rocking and rolling with the episode. Today we have a question from Mateo Torres, who asks, do you think the Shadow Man will play a big role in Black Ops 3 Zombies? That's a pretty difficult question to answer, and I'm not sure if I can actually give you a full satisfied answer and say, yes, he will play a big role in Black Ops 3 Zombies, or no, he won't play a big role in Black Ops 3 Zombies. What I can tell you, though, is that he plays a big role in Shadows of Evil. Within the map Shadows of Evil, the Shadow Man is the guy calling the shots. He's the guy controlling the zombies. The Shadow Man brought these four characters together. These four characters who have committed heinous sins and terrible crimes are now being essentially tried, or you could possibly say punished, for their misdeeds. And that's what's going on with Shadows of Evil. He's the one that brought them together, and he's the one that can end this torment. So he plays a huge role in Shadows of Evil. He, of course, is one of the main characters. They even promote him when they're promoting the other characters. I mean, look at this promotional art from the keynote. They have our four characters, and then they have the Shadow Man. And the Shadow Man, while blacked out, is there with the other four characters, and he even has a special voice actor to go with him. So within Shadows of Evil, he plays a huge role. We have to remember, though, that Shadows of Evil is going to be one and done. The story will begin, be told, and conclude within the map itself. This isn't going to be a map that story spills into other DLC. What will happen in other DLC is either we see a progression of the story within the map The Giant, or we get a new story that is sort of in the same vein as Shadows of Evil, where we have a bunch of bad people being punished, possibly by the Shadow Man. See, that's the thing. Back when we were playing Moon, Samantha had referenced somebody far more evil and far more powerful than Richtofen. Take a listen.
The blackness will swallow your pride. Something far more terrible than you lies here.
So this other far more terrible being exists, and she had never really mentioned who it was, and we didn't really hear much from this person. We then got a new person controlling the map of zombies in the map Mob of the Dead, and we had thought, well, this guy is most likely Satan. Satan must be what's far more terrible than Richtofen. And now we have the Shadow Man, who's also controlling the zombies. And this begs the question, is the Shadow Man that thing far more terrible, or is the Shadow Man possibly Satan from Mob of the Dead? And because he is this all-powerful, omnipotent being, he has the ability to change his form into something maybe a bit more familiar to the characters, or maybe just whatever he feels is best for the setting. So within Mob of the Dead, they're in this very satanic hell. Thus, he comes off as this very frightening creature, where as a map like Shadows of Evil, they're in this sort of noir-type city, thus he's going to have a little bit more of a mysterious noir-type character. And that could just be the way he functions. He takes bad people, he puts them into these terrible realms, and then just to sort of fit the scenery and match the scene, he also takes on a new form or a new character to then match that area. So we have Mob of the Dead, the very angry person controlling the zombies, and then we have the more sly, mysterious person controlling the zombies within Shadows of Evil. And if that's the case, then the Shadow Man will play a giant role in the Black Ops 3 zombie storyline, and really the entire zombie storyline in general. I mean, we have this person who is above everything. He is above Richtofen. He is above Samantha controlling the pyramid. He literally is the driving force behind the zombies in a way. And if that's the case, we may be exploring a new territory in the zombie storyline, where the sole reason zombies exist and the sole reason Element 115 has all these abilities to transport things and people through time and space is maybe to create these pockets of hell. And if there's a hell, maybe there's a heaven to be explored in the zombie storyline too. And this is really just a lot of speculation, but the idea of the Shadow Man, or the idea of a person sort of controlling and manipulating people and bringing them together, opens up many new doors within the zombie storyline, and as a result, the Shadow Man could be huge. The Shadow Man could have ginormous implications on the story. But of course, we're gonna have to wait and see, and this is going to be something that's explored once Black Ops 3 comes out. There's only so much speculation we can do. Anyway, to conclude this episode of the Zombie Storyline Q&A, I thought I would take one more question, this time from Betsy Thurman, who asks, why are there Nazi zombies on the moon? Well, to answer this question, why don't we listen to a radio found on the map Moon.
Station, this is Eagle's Nest. Status update, over.
Hello, Doctor. We have the shipment and are carrying out your orders. It's great work, Doctor.
All in the name of science, Dr. Gruff. Continue until the tanks are full.
Yes, Doctor. May God have mercy on us all.
See, our characters had discovered that when you kill things by the pyramid, their soul enters it and it actually powers it. So Richtofen wanted this pyramid to be opened. He wanted to turn it on. Thus, what he did was he had Dr. Schuster and Dr. Groff kill things in front of the pyramid. So they had the people of Shangri-La killed in front of the pyramid. They had rats killed in front of the pyramid. They just want to kill as many things as possible in order to use their souls to power the pyramid. So this provided a lot of dead bodies. And you can't really get dead bodies down from the moon easily. It's quite a difficult task to do if you've ever tried it. So they just kind of left them there in places and buried them sort of haphazardly. And then because there is element 115 on the moon, those bodies were reanimated, and that's where the zombies really come from on the map Moon. Anyway, that's gonna wrap up this episode of the Zombie Storyline Q&A. If you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a like, possibly subscribe for more episodes. I upload multiple every week, and if you enjoyed this one, I'm sure you'll love the next one. You can leave your questions down below, or you can tweet me with them at JohnnyJ25. And if you tweet me at JohnnyJ25, maybe follow, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm always on Twitter, and it's one of the best ways to get in touch with me. I'm gonna go though, have a wonderful day, and bye.